Growing up in a small town, I learned that connections go beyond blood. They're built through shared experiences, friendships, and the moments we celebrate together.
Well, my mother was a stay-at-home mother,
Okay.
Like most
Yeah.
back then. And my father was a welder, and
Okay.
so he had his own home business,
Okay.
as well as working at Geneva and some of the steel plants down in the Orem area.
It's changed a lot, but back then, more of a farming community, obviously, a lot smaller town and stuff like that.
It was. So if you want to know what Lehi was like back then, go walk the streets of Goshen today. That's where they did the fireworks on the
Okay.
4th of July, and
Okay.
and different activities were held down there. But I can remember one teacher, because I had written a poster about help raise money so that John Hutchings will have a place to put his stuff, and she says, I don't think he wants these things called stuff. He just started collecting. He would find things in caves and up the canyon. A lot of the things that he had were
Sure.
the rocks and minerals
Yeah.
and different types of things, and
Yeah.
the arrowheads and,
Yeah.
and whatnot. So he was kind of an explorer and,
Sure.
and loved to just collect things,
Yeah.
because we had the Royal down on State Street and then the one on Main Street as
Yeah.
well at
Yeah.
the time. So we used to go to the movies
Okay.
all the time. And I can remember if we went to a real scary movie,
Yeah.
walking home would get real scary,
Sure.
because there was a taxidermist along State Street
Oh.
and some old wrecked cars.
Uh-huh.
And so walking past
Yeah.
the taxidermy and the old wrecked cars was a little scary at times for.
Sure.
And so between Renita Revel and Bonnie Evans and I, we kind of became it sounds a little sacrilegious, but we became the godhead of the pageant for
I like it.
a number of years.
Sure.
But now these girls are doing things that are really changing their communities.
Yeah.
And some of the communities have libraries that didn't have libraries before, or programs in place to help the community improve. And
Yeah.
so, it's a win-win. Frightened
Sure.
to even get up on stage and
That's scary.
and say what their name is,
Yeah.
and to get up there and kind of bare your soul to the community is really difficult.
Yeah.
And so we've seen girls that have, when they've come off stage, have just been delighted that they were able to get up to a microphone and say what their name was. But it was really strange, because when we were there a couple of weeks prior, we just had a real uneasy feeling, because we were up at the top of the World Trade Center and we'd been there before, so it wasn't like it was a new thing to us. But for some reason, I just got this really uneasy feeling, and I told my husband, we need to get down out of here and get these girls down, because how would we get them out of this building if it ever caught on fire or something?
Sure.
And so we gathered the girls together and got down out of there as quick as we could. And then my husband said that he had felt something really almost evil in the building before we got down. I always tried to instill in the kids that what they're doing with their cast is like being a family, and people depend on you.
Sure.
And if you don't learn your lines, then it
Yeah, messes up.
messes up somebody else. If
Sure.
you don't hit your cue on time and show up on stage when you're supposed to be there,
Yeah.
it hangs your cast members out to dry a little
Yeah.
bit, because they're standing there not being able to deliver a line or
Yeah.
do a dance step or whatever it is that they're depending on you
Sure.
to do.
Yeah. You are part of a team.
And as soon as that kid said his very first one-liner,
Yeah. Yeah.
he almost fell on the floor laughing. And you could hear him laughing through the whole building. And it was like a light switch turned on in this little boy's of, I'm funny.
Yeah.
People like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah.
And not every child is going to excel in sports.
Yes, exactly.
And I know sports gets a huge amount of attention and funding.
Yeah.
But there are those that need the art. One, people have lost an appreciation and a love of the arts. And now we go to restaurants and there are people there in pajama bottoms.
Sure. Exactly. All the time. Yes.
And so style and success and
Yeah.
knowing the appropriate
Sure.
time and place for things
Yeah.
that plays a big role in people's lives as
Yes.
well. A little boy at the time that started singing with us and learned that he loved singing so much that And he graduated from BYU and the law department there, and they asked him to sing at the graduation at law school.
Yeah.
And he now is in the Las Vegas area as an attorney down there.
Yeah.
But he's been singing with the Gladys Knight group down there. He's released a CD.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
With music that,
So and his roots were in Lehi.
Yeah, it started right here. Well, you can't stifle growth.
Yeah.
I had this discussion with a couple of men in town a number of years ago where they were like, we don't want the city to grow any more than it is. I said, well, then you got to stop having children. I mean, I think tradition and roots are very important, but I think the most important thing I could say to them is find something that you love and figure out a way to incorporate that in your life, whether you make a living at it or whatever. And then I think the third element to this is once you've decided what it is you want to do and where you want to go, is surround yourself with cheerleaders. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that will encourage you and help you to pursue those goals and dreams that you have. When you meet families that have children born with birth defects and they're told, oh, you have maybe a 3 or 4% chance of this ever happening again, and then it happens again.
Yeah.
Those people are heroes.
Yes. Yeah.
And the doctors and nurses that work in the NICU and dedicate their lives to saving these babies that are no bigger than a dollar bill when they're born.
Yeah.
Those are my heroes.